A wonderful good morning, dear viewers all over the world and wherever you are watching from this time. My name is Chirome Bartleman White, aka Sir White. You can call me the most handsome on earth, whichever the way you choose to call it. I believe I'm still cute though. They say Mokino fine, but in my mama say like yes, it is another episode of the program Details with Sir White on Snow TV. As you can see, I'm not alone in the studio. I have my Oga, my boss, the general of all general, is here in the studio today with us as we look at another topic on the program Details with Sir White on Snow TV, derived from the segment Marriage and Relationship Clinic. As we all know, on this segment we take our time to mentor ourselves on the usefulness of keeping a healthy and a sound relationship. Marriages are dying all over the world, divorce everywhere you go, even boyfriending and girlfriending is a problem. Now, what is the problem with this present generation? So help us God, we pray. Forgive my manners though. Yes, before we kickstart the program, if you are tuning in now or you watch us later, please do the best you can to help share this video, as we want more voices, more people to get to know about our channel, Snow TV, and the program that we do here. Now, let's go down to the business of the day. Honorable, you are welcome to the studio. In case you don't know, here is Engineer Michael Obe. Engineer Michael Obe is that word in quote, a building engineer. So most of the real estate you see in Lagos, this man is the one behind the job. Architectural, structure, anything you want to do when it comes to building, please call my brother and my other brother here, an architect and a builder. Mr. Mike, you're welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much.
Okay, the program.
Point of correction.
Point of call.
A civil engineer.
A civil engineer, not just engineer. Please forgive my manner. A civil engineer. Why? Because we have different varieties of engineer, and his area of specialization is the civil part of the engineering, building and construction. Oga Sonwolu Tinubu, my brother is here. He's looking for a contract. Yes, the main business for the day. The question, the program we're looking at today, as I said before, is marriage and relationship. Mr. Michael, Engineer Michael, forgive my manners. The topic for today says, is marriage a burden or a cage? Let's look at the word. Is marriage? Let's first of all look at the topic. I think that will usher us to getting down to the other side of the program. Is marriage a burden or a cage, to your own knowledge?
Okay, thank you very much, D. White. The topic says, is marriage a burden or a cage? First and foremost, let's get the concepts, give a preamble, and understand what marriage is before we talk about whether the marriage is a burden or cage. Know which marriage can be a burden or which marriage can be a cage. Either word. So, according to the Oxford Dictionary, it says a marriage is a legally a formally recognized union between two persons, specifically a man or a woman, a man and a woman. I beg your pardon. So, whatever it is, it has to be legal. That means if you're bringing in a daughter of someone to be in your bosom, it has to be legal. There has to be a legal process. Through a means of performing the marriage rites, which we all know as paying the dowry, then performing the marriage rites. So that is what it is. So over the years, marriage has been something that has been well looked up to in the society, such that people look up to it, to grow into it, to become a part of it. But in the recent years, there has been a decrease in the trend, in the interests, because of what the society is gradually turning into. Part of it is what leads to why we are discussing this topic today. Is marriage a burden or a cage? Oftentimes, people get married because of several reasons and several feelings, or let me use the word thoughts in mind, because they are not really. We don't really have to be talking about feelings here. So there are several things to be put in mind, like, oh, I want to get married because I need a partner, to express my fantasy, to share my thoughts, to share companion with. I need a partner to share my responsibilities with. Oh, I want to get married because I want his money. I like his money. I want to get married because I want to be well respected in the society. I want to get married because of parental pressure. Mother or father wants you to get married for several reasons. Oh, they want a grandchild. Oh, they want this. They want their child to just get responsible. Even it might be at a detrimental point, because the child is still needs to have some target to meet. But here is a parent trying to push the child to what he is not even ready for in life. So there are several reasons why people get married. So whichever condition that the marriage is eventually tied into or founded on, decides whether the marriage will eventually become a cage or a burden, or none of the above. That is a success. So that is what it is. So now, having said that, let's now look at the two words. A cage, a burden. What is a cage? A cage is a confinement. A burden is something, a burden that weighs you down, that sets you back. Which means that both words, they are something detrimental. They cannot set back. They have no success story. They have nothing that relates to success story. A burden, a cage. A relationship can become a burden for several reasons. If you have a partner who is a cheat, a liar, a philanderer, who doesn't like your opinion or maltreats you, you have a relationship where you don't find happiness, fulfillment, you don't find companionship. It's a burden. These are all burdens. These are what makes relationship become a burden.
Okay.
If you have a partner who is also a cheat, an unapologetic cheat, that partner is in a cage because he wants to explore his sexual or philandro or promiscuous lifestyle to the fullest, and that marriage is preventing that partner. So that is what the two words are all about.
Okay, now looking at from what you said, like, okay, trying to make us to understand and know the difference between the cage and the burden. Some people will tell you, the reason why we have to come up with this topic, I and my team, after we took our time to restructure one or two things, ask people questions. Some will tell you that ever since I got married, I don't have liberty on my own to do some things. That is what I'm looking at. Okay, is this still now a cage? Because I, as a person that is this, Yoruba also one there. Every Saturday I must go out to go and do things. Yeah. And my husband is not the kind of person.
Not the outgoing type.
Or my wife is not that type.
Yeah.
You understand? So, and I'm not married to this kind of a person. Do you understand? So now, how are we going to fight that case? When I don't know if you get the word.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, let's not look at the social part of either of the two couples.
Yes. Okay. Now, if you find yourself in any relationship not married now, let's say, you intend to get married, you find yourself in any relationship that you intend to make out a future from, there are certain things you have to look out for first, or both partners have to look out for and ask themselves certain questions. For instance, what is the lifestyle of my partner? What are his fantasies? What does he like? What are the things he likes? What's knowledge? What is a knowledge base? What knowledge can he impact into our children? What does he know? You ask yourself a lot of questions. There are a lot of questions in mind. I just mentioned 3 out of 100. So, having said that, if those questions have been answered, then another thing should be how to set a compatibility target, in the sense that you have to work out towards a certain compatibility for yourselves, because it is an important part of a relationship. One has to sacrifice for something to work in a relationship. There has to be a compromise between the two couples. So, because here we are talking about two people who are coming together
from different backgrounds.
Yes, they are going to live together, and come to compromise in certain ways, because one can't just bring his own lifestyle and impose on the other and expect his partner to live by that lifestyle. It doesn't work. It takes compatibility. For instance, your partner doesn't flush the toilet. You are Mr. Hygienic.
Clean the house and make sure that everything is clean.
So it takes compromise to be able to, for even chastisement to even work. It takes sacrifice. It takes compromise for those things to work.
Okay, now let's quickly look at this other question again. I'm coming from another angle. Is getting married the responsibility?
Yes, be white. Getting married.
So getting married is a responsibility.
That is an understatement.
Okay.
Is an understatement, because what is responsibility? When we talk about responsibilities are things which must be done by both partners. You have to, for instance, pay the child school fees. Who is going to be responsible for paying child school fees? It's the responsibility.
Last week it was a tug of war on my show here, debating who pays the school fees and who doesn't pay the school fees, who sweeps the house and who doesn't do the house rent. Okay. But now, from your own angle, now, okay, what are the things that say that will put together? We say these things make marriage a responsibility.
Okay, you ask a question. If it's not the responsibility, okay, let's put it this way now. Marriage, like I said, I already answered the question. I said it is a responsibility, and I gave examples. What are the things to put together to make it less? To make it, we should be saying, what are the things to make it not become a burden, right? So now, because now already it's a background of responsibilities upon responsibility. So the question is,
for the both partners,
how is the responsibility shared between both partners to make it less of burden, right?
Yeah.
So it's a question of it's unfortunate we live in a society where couples like shifting responsibilities a lot, especially with the female folk. They believe that most female folk believe that the man must perform all the responsibilities, even though they are of the working class. They see a man as somebody who is his responsibility.
Now you won't marry now.
To shoulder.
It's his duty to do everything.
Yeah. So, but in a real sense, from biblical point of view, from moral standpoint, Ecclesiastes chapter 4 tells us that two are better than one.
Two better heads.
Right? Yes. There are two better heads, better than one head. Yes. So, and it goes further in that chapter to tell you that can one lie together? If two lie together, they warm themselves, but one cannot lie together. One cannot warm himself, right?
Definitely.
So, talking about responsibility now, responsibilities have to be shared. First and foremost, what are the responsibilities in the family? Look at it. What are the responsibilities that the man can handle? What are the responsibilities that the woman
can easily handle?
Whatever has to do with raising up the kids from a domestic angle. We all know that women are in a better position because most children are more attached to women when it comes to upbringing, who is readily close to the children. A man most times will go out to let me use the word hustle. We know that's quite common with our readily close society. So a man generally goes to hustle. A woman is more of I wouldn't want to say a woman should be in the bedroom or be in the kitchen according to let's not go there.
According to Baba himself.
But if I say
women are made for the kitchen.
no, I'm not really that fan of that mantra. But what I'm saying here is that women are more close to the children because they are more not domesticated, but they are more homely. So then a man does the hustle. So you can see now that responsibility is being shared right now, right?
Among the man and the woman.
Yes. So who pays the bills? Who does house chores? What nature of house chores? Who puts a certain kind of bill? What kind of bill should the man
buying foodstuffs at home?
What kind of bill should the woman fit? Who goes to do the errands? Who goes to the market? So responsibility is being shared. So it takes a consensus between both parties to be able to decide, to agree. Okay, let's do it this way.
Who's going to be doing this and who's going to be doing
it depends on the dynamics of the marriage and the
on the understanding between the couple. Just like some people will tell you that in marriage and relationship, communication matters.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Okay, now let's look at another thing again. Just like I said during the entry, the reason for this is that we do this. We are not specialists. Just as the word we say, we are all learning. We do this when our viewers put the comment in our comment section. It will help us to learn as well. And those that are watching now or those that will still watch later, we still have one or two things to learn. Now, looking at the topic today, is marriage a burden or a responsibility? Is marriage a burden or is marriage
or is a cage?
Now, in other words, I would one marries and the wife is no longer alive, or the husband or whatever. In any case, my question is: would God bless second marriage? Would God bless second marriage? Let's assume he was married before and the wife died, or divorced in any way.
Okay, thank you for that question. Firstly, from the biblical standpoint, marriage is a lifetime, union, eternal union. The Bible doesn't even admonish, it doesn't encourage remarrying except for a condition like when the wife dies. According to the teachings of the Bible, it said, if you cannot hold yourself, it's better to get married. It's better to get married than to go to the lifestyle of philandering. So I think with that, there is a blessing in it. There is still, you still maintain that moral standpoint of marriage admonition.
still remains the tails on Snow TV with the white, or you can also copy Mr. White. You can leave your comment on our comment section, and don't forget to help subscribe to our channel on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok at Official Snow TV. You can check out for the latest news around the world on our website at www.snowmediatv.com.